today. A lot of thoughts and just generally feeling kind of low. It hasn't been a good week for me personally, and it's my mum's birthday today, so I'm trying to join in, but it is especially tough. I didn't work this hard in recovery to stop here, so I'm gonna keep going, and we're gonna have the cake now. So yeah, also did some journaling earlier, which helped a little bit, reminding myself of the good things about life. So yeah, time for cake, and yeah, just keeping on eating, even though I don't really want to, but it's okay. This feeling will pass, and I don't need to use anorexia to cope with it. I felt okay after that cake. Well, actually, I felt a little bit better because it was kind of a reminder that, oh yeah, this is why I'm doing recovery, so that I can join in with birthdays and eat delicious food like this and not feel too guilty afterwards. And I've eaten cake a lot of times, so it was actually fine. I am a little anxious about dinner. We're having lasagna, which I've had a lot of times, so I know that'll be fine too, but I'm also just not having the best day today, so I'm gonna have a bath, and I'm using my bubble bath, the last of it, because you don't have to hoard your belongings for the future. You can use them now. Now is as good a time as any, and I'm gonna read my book as well. So hopefully I'll feel quite relaxed before dinner. So this week I entered my second week in lockdown due to the coronavirus pandemic, and my mood has definitely taken a bit of a hit. And I think that's due to the situation, being isolated from my friends. I'm lucky to be at home with my parents and to have space where I can study, and this nice garden where I can sit outside. But being isolated from my friends and other family members is definitely hard, and also just worrying about how the situation is unfolding. And aside from that, this week has just been kind of tough personally, because we had to say goodbye to my elderly cat, which is very sad. She was almost 19 years old, so lived a full life, but that's pretty tough. And also, I think a lot of the recovery community, myself included, will be feeling pretty heartbroken for Meg's recovery right now. I read her Instagram post and honestly almost cried, but I know that she's very resilient, and all of us want to support her and are sending her lots of love, I'm sure, so I hope she'll be okay. So I know from speaking with others virtually via Zoom and FaceTime and all that I'm not the only one feeling a bit low at the moment, and so I wanted to talk about that today and things that I'm doing to cope, and also similarities that have popped up when I've been talking to my friends. So one of the things that have come up is that people are trying really hard to just work as they usually would, except being based at home, trying to keep up the same level of productivity as if nothing's changed. And that's simply not true. I think regardless of what your situation is like right now, like the specifics of it, everyone is experiencing a higher level of stress. Everyone is concerned about their own health, the health of their loved ones, keeping safe, and many also have additional strains like caring for children or losing a job, loss of income, things like that. And I think that it's just unreasonable to put pressure on ourselves to maintain the same level, or some people are even aiming for an even higher level of productivity than usual. Setting an expectation to maintain a really high level of productivity is, I think, unrealistic and probably just going to set us up for disappointment and feelings of failure. So I know personally I'm trying to lower my expectations of myself and feel okay that I'm being less productive, because it is okay to be less productive. It is okay to be unproductive. Your value does not come from your productivity, and that's something that I really struggle with. I feel like if I'm not getting work done, then I don't deserve to be here, but that's not true. I don't value my friends and family for the amount of work they get done. I value them for their kindness, for compassion, for their curiosity, for the qualities they have, not for the amount of work they do. And the same applies to me. The same applies to you. We are valuable just for being human, just for being here, just for being us, and we don't need to prove that we're valuable by working ourselves into the ground, because that's not going to help anyone. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help your family. It's not going to help the health system. So we really need to take care of ourselves. I think it's also really important to reach out to people, even though I know Zooming or Skyping or whatever, virtual meetings aren't the same as face-to-face, unfortunately, but we have to make do with the best we can right now, and even that is better than nothing. Mental disorders like anorexia or depression seem to thrive in isolation, and my tendency when I have a low mood is definitely to withdraw from people, but I know that what will help me is exactly the opposite. Reaching out to people, talking, communicating, because you are definitely not alone in how you're feeling. I know I'm not alone. I think a lot of people are feeling really a similar way right now, and there can be a comforting sense of solidarity when you reach out to someone and recognize that sometimes it's something to look forward to, organising a Zoom coffee date or a Skype brunch or something like that. And now is a great time to reach out to friends that you might not have talked to for a while as well, which can be quite nice. It's also important to realise that this situation isn't going to last forever. This lockdown is temporary, these feelings are temporary. You are going to be able to go out and meet your friends again. You are going to be able to travel beyond your neighbourhood again in time. So there are things to look forward to, there is hope. We just need to deal with the situation now as best we can and get through it. So I just want to finish off this video by talking about a few things that I've been doing that have been helping me to cope and to make myself feel better when my mood has been a bit low this week. And I want to emphasize that these are not things that I think you should do. Like, I think sometimes we can get overwhelmed by all the things we think that we should be doing for our mental health, to the point that it becomes really stressful and just more detrimental to our health overall. But I just want to give an idea of things that help me, and these are things that are simple, but they do take time, and that I think is the hardest thing about doing them, because it comes back to that whole thing about feeling like I should be productive. But I try to think of my mental health these days as if I had like an underlying physical condition that required physiotherapy every day or something like that. Like, I need to put time into my mental health like I would do if I had a physical injury. And if that means I'm a bit less productive at work, then that's just how it is, because my mental health is always going to outweigh my work, because if my mental health suffers, then I can't work. And life is not worth living when you're not feeling mentally well, to be honest. So some of the things that I've been doing that help me in particular, definitely writing, so journaling a lot, writing my blog, just writing about things that make me happy, reflecting on how my days are going.
writing is for me the most therapeutic way to express my feelings. So I've been doing a lot of writing. Also gratitude, which is such a cheesy thing, and it makes me feel kind of weird to say because for a long time I have written every day something that I'm grateful for. And to be honest, I didn't think it was helping, but actually the most helpful thing was reading back over this list of things that I'd written that I was grateful for. And that just gave me this sense of feeling loved and greater appreciation for the people I have in my life. And so I think gratitude can be helpful too. Getting outdoors, I'm really lucky that I can get outdoors at the moment and the sun is still shining. So not necessarily exercising, but just being able to listen to the birds or just sit in the sun for a bit can really help. Talking, of course, organising Zoom dates or Skype brunches to give me something to look forward to, and so that I'm making sure that I'm not withdrawing into myself, which is what I tend to do when I'm sad. Eating, very important, and when my mood is low, my appetite tends to drop, but it's still really important that I'm getting adequate nutrition because otherwise I'll just be sad and hangry and end up relapsing into anorexia, which is not what I want under any circumstances. So even when I'm finding it like physically challenging to get myself to eat, then I will have smoothies or soup or something like that. It's just really important that I still keep my intake up. And also sleeping. I've been sleeping more than usual recently. I don't really know why, but I'm not going to judge my body for it. Like with eating, like if I needed to use the bathroom more often during the day, like I'm going to listen to my body and I'm going to give it what it needs. So if it needs more sleep, then that's just how it is. I think when you do have a low mood, it can be really hard to believe that these things can actually help, and even harder to get yourself to do them. So talking about it with someone who can keep you accountable might help. But honestly, like definitely for me, I can tell you that doing these things really do make a difference to my mood, even though I might not feel like it beforehand. I've had a couple of people close to me recently tell me that I'm strong, which I don't really feel is the case. I feel like I just put a lot of work into my mental health, and that is something that can easily slip, but I really urge you to try to look after your mental health, especially now during these stressful and challenging times. Okay, I'm gonna end this video here, but thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are keeping well, keeping safe, and let me know if you have any comments, any questions, suggestions, and I'll record again soon. Lots of love. Okay, bye.